As I said, I always feel better after I talk to Kara. I got in a massage chair and let that thing rape me. When I tell you that thing is not, it for small people, it hurts. Listen, people, I'm not lying. The struggle's real, man. It cups your bottom, but my sciatica has been hurting so bad, but it did that part. It did feel good. You know that sciatica nerve where it's like up in your butt cheek and not in your butt cheek, but you're holding your butt cheek, and people look. I don't give a shit if people look at me. Okay, I've reached a freedom of this age and this mind where I could give two shits that people are wondering why I'm cupping my bottom like that when I walk. But needless to say, let me get back to my recording. Yesterday, I lost me. Yes, I said it. I was truly lost somewhere. I had no clue on where I was, what time it was, and I cannot tell you how I came back to me. It wasn't as terrifying as I thought it to be. I started the day, as I usually do, going through all the mundane tasks at hand. Pressure washed the house, cut grass, and then decided to start on an arbor for my soulmate. As I looked across the yard, I see my neighbor push mowing his ditch. I became unglued at this sight. He is 78 years old, and let's just say these ditches around here are deep and overgrown with things that cannot be named or tamed. This is the wild, I must confess. Now, as you know, I don't talk to him anymore, but my compulsion to watch out for him overwhelms me. I don't know why, nor can figure it out. Let's just say connections are rare, and something about him makes me care. And I told you before, I cannot even sleep unless I know he's home. Yes, I'm weird. I don't care. So as I run in the house to throw on a shirt, because I am always half naked running through this vast space of trees. Y'all know me. I run over and ask him if he would like me to do that. He says no. He wanted to himself. And I look down and see he had just bought himself a new push mower. So I understood. But still I offered again, and he had said he was just getting around to it, and I told him, okay, just let me know. Because as he knows, I love to push mow, the feeling of release. So I kept an eye out, and then as I looked up, the boy who lives with him, I saw him cutting grass. I was in shock and very grateful, so I resumed my tasks at hand. Now you see, I keep my alarms and calendars and chalkboards filled with dates and times. The things that I do throughout my day have to be recorded so I don't forget my long list of to-dos. I become sporadic, and at times I do lose my mind. I misplace so many things, so I have to write them down. Also, so I can see everything that keeps fleeing from me. I am a keeper of time. If you know me, then you know how I do. I retrace and I retrace, which is probably a funny thing to watch, but it really does scare me. So as I was cutting the grass on the other side of the street, I awoke to not knowing where I was and why I was doing what I was doing. The only thing I saw was my dogs leaning out the window, barking and barking at me. They brought me back to reality. So I ran in the house, I drank some water, and wrote down the time. I was lost for 46 minutes. Where was I for those minutes? I can't say. But wherever I was, something inside of me released, and I felt free. I felt content, and my goddess, after the past week, I needed that. Not knowing feeling. I am definitely sure. I will continue to lose more time, more information system, but I am accepting of that defeat. Just please let it happen slowly. Drifting in and out sometimes may be just what we need. As I said before, things like this do truly terrify me. At times, I fidget. I fidget so erratically. What I will say is this. I think I've already been preparing myself for the part where my memory is slipping. And So much so, as I say in my last recordings, I am going through the motions. It's just, I don't think that people who don't, I'll try to give it in better detail. Have you ever put something down, and when you put it down, you keep searching and searching and searching and searching for it, knowing that you put it down somewhere where you said, I'm going to put it right here, it shall be safe. You get what I mean? But then when you go back to look for it, you cannot remember where you put it. That's me all the time. And I catch myself looking for something, and it enrages me. I see my husband look at me, and he tries to help, but I think he gets a little upset too. And yesterday, I really cannot tell you what I was doing. And I don't know if that's ever happened to just a normal person. I will say that I meditated for a long time. I had stopped. I worked myself up from 5 minutes, then to 20 minutes, then to 30 minutes, because I used to have terrible headaches in the afternoon. And it was every day. And so I would lay down. And I trained myself to only 30 minutes. And I stopped a long time ago. But the headaches did go away. And it wasn't from medicine or... That's what I try to tell people. You rely so much on a medication to stop pain, stop a headache. Maybe you just need to rest. I say this because losing my mind usually happens when things are out of whack. As I said before, I'm very OCD, ODD. I'm all of it. I'm all the above. Check every box, and that's what you got me. You get it? And so when one little tiny detail is out of place, it does throw me into. And I understand that a lot of people, they just don't care. But to live my life, it has to be that way. I repeat words as in my kids' names, their birthdays, my father, my mother's name, my brother's name, my name, my husband's name, my soulmate's name. I have to, because I am so terrified of losing them. Now, I have memories that I don't remember. The other day, my husband told me where a road was and said, that guy that we used to go over there and he had a boat, and I don't remember. I can tell you that most of my 20s are completely gone. A lot of that had to do with drugs. Yes, I know. But every day I slip. I stumble. I try to grasp a limb so I don't fall. I am terrified of losing the moments that are so precious to me. I don't think anybody can understand that. And when I say that I hope it's slow, I do hope it is very slow, because That way, I can write it down. One of the reasons I make these podcasts is because I'm terrified of losing me. I'm terrified of losing my stories, my enlightenment. I don't want to not know me. And what if you only remember the bad parts about yourself? I don't want to just remember that. So, with this said, it's going to rain today. Hopefully not too much, knowing that I'm already on the bayou. You could honestly say that I have riverfront property. So, I'm going to end this podcast now because I'm on my way home and I really am still grasping here for yesterday. But I do welcome 46 minutes of complete freedom. 46 minutes of not giving two shits of where I was, what I was doing, and what time it was. I am grateful for that. A little terrified, but grateful. But I wish everyone a beautiful weekend. Blessed be.